All right, welcome everyone. Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Apothecary Diaries, Season 2, Episode 10. You should hide your favorites, or else someone may hide them from you. I hope that isn't gonna be, like, that's not gonna be relevant to this next episode, right? Like, that's just general foreshadowing and like, hey, you know, Ginshi, you're an important person. Maybe, you know, guard your heart a bit more. Yeah. But, you know, yeah, Mamo's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
she's going to be just
Mamo's going
fine.
to be great. She's not worthy of anybody's, like, you know, scheming attention in that regard.
Well,
or not anymore.
Yeah.
Or maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, this is a fun bit of backstory that we've been getting, not just in the last episode, but just in general with the royal family and how potentially deep a lot of conspiracy and or like skeletons in their proverbial closet like go.
And like interwoven layers, right? Because there's layers of secrecy from multiple different parties, and so you might think you're at the bottom of the dip.
Yeah.
But there's actually something underneath that maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to keep our eyes peeled for those. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Oh.
Okay.
What do we got?
Oh.
Oh, God.
All right.
Oh, no. Triplets.
Well. Okay.
Oh, so it could be like a...
Okay.
Cool. Nope. There you go. That's really kind of you.
And yet, we just had a whole deal about how twins could very easily get places they're not supposed to.
But they're all the same station, so it's not that problematic. You can't take this from me! Oh. BFG starts playing.
Yeah.
Ghost story. Yeah.
Many hands.
Just more signs of her favor increasing, obviously, with
Sure.
with things. Bye-bye.
She wants to. Don't mind me.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Just...
No, not particularly.
Okay, come with me. I have something I need for you. Yeah.
She is really excited about this.
Oh no. What? She always has the most like kind look on her face, but this time she's like, oh, we're gonna do something fun. Or oh, the legendary North Side that has kept getting repeated over and over this season. Are we gonna go spook some people? Oh my gosh.
We're going to a cult meeting.
Her hair, the style, I kind of...
We're all going to get together and tell a ghost story.
We're going to get high. Is she just scared of the stories? And
I guess. It's like their equivalent of going to the theater or something.
Yeah.
Now, Mamo is going to be the worst person to have here.
Yeah. Cool, so you go around the full circle and everything. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, but what's fun about this is we can learn actual stuff about what's going on.
Sure.
Oh,
hey.
Shisui.
そこには古くから入ってはいけないと言われている森があった。もし入れば呪われて鬼に魂を食われてしまう。
Yikes.
Okay.
いいこと教えてあげる。あの森にはたくさん食べ物があるよ。けれど森に入ったことが村人たちに知られてある夜のこと。親子の家にゆらゆらと光が入っていくのを見た者がいた。
Okay.
子供はすでに死に、母親も亡くなる寸前だった。その死に顔は不気味に笑う。
Damn, she just starved.
Yeah.
結局何を伝えようとしたのかわからないまま。
なんか眠い。狭いところに大人数だし、少し人酔いしたかな。
あなたの番よ。
Ooh. What kind of story does Shisui tell?
とある国の僧侶が遠方での葬儀を終えて帰る途中、いつの間にか日が暮れてしまった。焦る僧侶の前に現れたのは一軒の古びた民家だった。妻は僧をもてなし、寝床まで用意してくれた。
そんなんじゃダメだよあんた。私は一人になりたくないんだ。じゃあどうするつもりだ。もう耐えられない。
What? Oh, crap.
やるよ。
But because he's chanting, they can't find him.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's creepy. Oh my god.
虫の羽が落ちていた。僧侶はそっと手を合わせ、経を唱えたまま夜明けまで歩き続けま。
Yeah, I would be too. I would be chanting like my life depended on it. Yeah.
この役がなんか見覚えがあるような。
Wait.
No.
No.
No. See,
wait.
this show makes me suspicious, and so then I start looking for things, and they're probably not there.
Yeah. Suspicious, exactly.
正体を探りに行きました。すると松明を片手に歩いていただけでした。
Yeah.
男の正体は墓荒らしで怪しげな中にはまっていて、墓地を掘り起こして死体の腹を裂いては万病に効くという人の肝を。
She started actually telling the gross and scary stuff after the story was over. Oh no.
You didn't come with something prepared?
She just wants to listen. Alright, you've got to be the master, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
She tells two.
The real story.
The fact that the stories keep going, like keep coming, I keep thinking, oh, so this is the important one. Oh, so this is the important one. Is she actually getting drugged?
We'll see.
If this is a ploy to kidnap Mao Mao, so help me. Yeah, the smoke. Oh, shit.
They're all throwing their candles in there. They've all been throwing their candles in there.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
ぐったりしている女官を窓や扉の近くへ。体に害をなす空気が部屋に充満しているんです。わかった。
Oh. Yeah, this is effectively just like Okay, yeah.
もう少しだったのに。
Oh.
なんかバタバタだったわね。
Yeah.
主催者の女官もいな
Where did she go?
Okay.
さっきの話は何だったの？さっきの？ほら、近畿の森の話だよ。
Oh, right, that.
森は食べ物が豊かですが、食べられないものも豊富にあり。
Oh, sure.
So like bad mushrooms, basically. So then you say that the forest is haunted, so you don't go in
そし
there.
てそれは年月を経て、
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
あの話の親子は不作の
So they ate bad mushrooms, basically, from the forest.
食べ物を取って日が落ちると家に帰ったの。
Oh, and there are mushrooms that glow in the
そう
dark?
だけ。
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That's why they saw the light in there.
夜道を歩くところを村人が遠目に見たら、
Right.
人玉に見えたかもしれません。
Sure.
Mamao connected the dots with the torch being kind of an equivalent of that story.
母親は死に際にこう言いたかったのかもしれません。
Trying
Yeah,
to
yeah.
kill the villagers, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
About that whole scare that we had.
I got the shivers a little bit.
どうでしょう。
Oh, who knows? Oh, that was interesting. That was
Okay.
really interesting.
不慣れな人が仕切るといろいろあるわよね。
New.
不慣れな人。
Okay.
去年までやっていた女官が亡くなったから、今年は誰が引き継いだのか心配だったのよ。
Huh?
あの集まりが唯一の楽しみだったそうなのよ。亡くなった翌年から集まりがなくなるのもいかがなも。
That was her, dead.
Yeah. Ghost stories.
先帝は年派もいかぬ少女を選んではその花を散らし、
Mm-hmm.
倒られた少女たちは外に出ること。
Yeah. It was her story.
それとも事情を知る誰かに
Sure. Yeah, it doesn't have to be something supernatural,
No, it
but
probably isn't. This is not that kind of show.
right.
あの時、あの場には年笠の女官を含めて12人しかいなかった。とりあえず。
Yep, exactly. That was going to be the 13th one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Bring these
What do we got?
strings in. Why don't you?
Was that him refusing to drink the stuff?
Maybe. Oh.
All right, this was properly creepy.
This was really creepy. I really like this.
I saw ghost stories and I thought, Leo. But no, this
No.
was, yeah, they almost might have just been all killed right there. Like, they were about to become the 13th chilling story.
Yeah, the north side of the palace has some strange stuff going on, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just maybe don't go over there.
No, especially not late at night unless you're with somebody else. But
Yep.
okay, fun. We have a couple new things being introduced here. We've got our trio of new ladies in waiting for Gyokuyu, which is fun because they look very similar, but also this is a good sign that Gyokuyu is getting more influence within the royal palace and the rear palace.
And bringing that up again of like, oh, right, there is danger, so let's have them be people from her hometown, you know, so that way we can trust them a bit more. Awesome.
Yes, yes. And that does kind of continue with the vibe and the things that Gyokuyu has been setting up in a lot of ways since the beginning, that she has ties basically to where she's from.
Yep.
And she's kind of doing what she can to set up not necessarily just people in her, you know, hometown and everything, but also the business and like trade relations with those people as well.
And given that she's also bearing the emperor's child, yeah,
pretty,
you gotta be
good
safe.
Stuff.
Yep.
But okay, creepy stories aside, Shisui, you do look familiar under a certain light.
Yeah, so all right, okay. This is an intrigue show,
Yeah.
right? And this is also a show where people's identities and genealogies and everything are super important.
Yes.
And so the
Making
fact
sure we're
that
keeping track of all that.
Yeah. And so the fact that Mao Mao is like, hang on a second,
I kind of recognize you under a certain light. Are you
also
familiar? Like,
in the same location in an episode when, something horrible almost happened to all of them, that was, it was a ghost and not like, some person that had some, crazy plans or whatever. But yeah, so we looked through the list of like the images of the cast of what we've got right now, and there's one person in particular
that looks very similar to Shisui,
and has it been narratively established, like the only person I think who it's been talked about how well they can be unrecognizable, in fact. That's Lolan.
That's Lolan, yeah.
And looking at them, same color of eyes, looks about the same color of hair. And one of the other things that I think is really fun here is that Shisui, she just sort of showed up all of a sudden.
Yep.
Lolan showed up kind of all of a sudden too. Shisui is surprisingly intelligent, at times, but also she has the most like archetype personality of a lot of the characters that we have right now. She's very Genki and energetic and, and all of that stuff. Which, if you think about it, if you wanted to disguise yourself as someone else, you would also need it to be a proper performance so that way you don't seem similar.
Right.
But then maybe when you're storytelling, when you get in touch with your dramatic side, that then is harder to conceal.
Well, your genuine self, basically.
Right.
Yeah. That's really fun because as far as why Lolan would be sneaking around the royal palace pretending to be a servant girl.
Yep.
That calls into question some big things as to not only what the hell she's doing here, but like how does she potentially risk doing this when the emperor could come calling and be like, I wish to have some fuck. And they're just like, oh, she's not here.
Oh, yeah, we'll call for her. But here's the other thing that's really interesting about this. One, when we see her, she's usually not doing traditional servant kind of duties. She's doing her own different weird thing. And so it's almost like, oh yeah, maybe she doesn't have official servant duties or whatever, right? And so,
and thus nobody's like checking on her to be like,
exactly.
Oh, are you not doing your work?
Right. Oh, you don't report in or whatever, that becomes a problem, but...
Right. Now this could still all just be nothing.
Yep.
But
this show loves red herrings.
Mao Mao is also really keen-eyed. This is something that she's good at. And the fact that she noticed something specifically while under like candlelight as well, that would accent like certain parts of the face that would become more highlighted. So that's something there to think about. But the other thing is just, if we go with yes, this might have been more than what it seems, this whole like night event and things like that. I want to say actually that in a lot of ways, the part that creeped me out the most was when we first see the organizer lady, like immediately upon seeing her.
Yep.
My gut instinct was, oh, she's got this like old face, right? But to me, and this is because I'm a bit of a I'm a bit of
paranoia.
I'm a bit of a paranoid little bitch as well.
No, my mind went to the same thing. I don't think it's her.
I don't think it's her, but we've literally been looking for someone who looks.
We're seeing Suirei everywhere.
I'm seeing Suirei everywhere. Because it's like, and I just want to say, as far as another woman that's just vanished all of a sudden.
Yeah.
This is literally what Suirei did.
Well, and regardless, right, whether or not this is Suirei, the idea that, burning these particular things in an enclosed room, right? Like this, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this is basically just, we gave them all carbon monoxide poisoning.
Basically.
Right? Like it's just, we're burning wood in here.
You're falling asleep.
Yeah, exactly. You're tired and all that stuff, and there's no fresh air and everything.
Yeah.
And so, like, that feels like the kind of thing where if that's an intentional thing, right? It's not some ghost or whatever, then that's someone who's intelligent that is orchestrating this.
And then this could also just be the red herring thing, is that it's we have completely no reason to suspect anybody. This was an accident. this person freaked out, realizing that they might have just accidentally almost killed a bunch of people.
Right. They know that Mao Mao, like...
No. It's just the, oh shit, I just almost killed a bunch of people. I'm running. Like, I'm out of here.
Yep.
Either way, I have every reason, by the way this show has presented itself, to ignore every kind of potential supernatural thing as being supernatural, and more just the, no. There's some kind of explanation for this.
But we don't necessarily know what it is.
Well, we don't necessarily know what it is, and we don't necessarily need to know what it is.
Exactly.
The main point is that Mao Mao realized what was going on before it happened.
Yep.
Everybody's okay. But if we want to go down the, this was intentional route, she does look like she could be Suire with old people makeup on. Like,
sure.
And it's really hard to tell in a story with animation in this regard, because it's really hard to tell what's obfuscated kind of stuff versus like, oh, this is intentionally drawn exactly that way.
Well, and there is some of that element of like, okay, is it feasible that even if our eyes can be fooled because animation, or isn't as much detail as real life, that in real life someone could pull that stuff off, right?
Oh yeah, I totally believe that, especially if we're going down the line of where Lolan and Shisui are the same person. The stretch that we need to come up with that,
especially,
is not that big when it comes to then.
In Lolan's case, she wears a lot of makeup. In this person's case, she specifically did this in the dark, right? When like it'd be harder to tell something like that. But then there's also the possibility, since we brought up the whole idea of the hometown and getting people that you can trust and all that stuff, that you could very easily just have people that you're close with or connected with or whatever that you then send in your stead, right? Where it's the, okay, I can't, like, it'd be too risky for me to show my face again specifically, right? So instead, I have someone else that, I can manipulate or, convince to do this and have them do it for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
But also the fact that this happens after the episode with the whole, hey, Ginshi, you should hide your favorites, otherwise someone might hide them for you. And then Mama just had a scare where she almost died. Like,
again, it's creepy. It's creepy. There's nothing. It's all conjecture.
Right.
This is where. This is where. This is where. This is where Lumen would be like, hey.
But I'm just saying, I could totally buy it being something where Yinghua is like, oh, I'm gonna go to this thing, and then someone ends up basically very easily putting the idea in her head, oh, you should come with a friend, and like, kind of suggesting in a way that she won't think of as manipulation to bring Mao Mao here, right? And then that's basically the way that they get at Mao.
Or you go with a different thing. She's been going to these for a while.
Sure.
Nothing bad has happened thus far.
Yeah.
Then you go with the, if they've been doing this over and over and over again. Now, this is a supposition. This could have been her first time doing this.
Sure.
This could have been the only time this has ever been done.
Right.
But given that it's this is something that just happened, then it calls into question, wait, why is Shisui there?
Sure.
Like, who marketed to her this?
Yep.
Because if she's actually Lolan, then she wouldn't be around many servant things as much to be able to hear that this is a fun thing that you can go to,
That's
right?
true. Well, and that's where there's that part of me that thinks like, if Lolan is going around as a servant girl, right? On the one hand, there's the very benign explanation for that of, hey, you're going into a dangerous environment of intrigue. Sure. Yes, absolutely moonlight as a servant so that way you can
learn the rumors and
things.
you
can learn the rumors, keep a finger on the pulse and all that stuff,
and that
right?
could have been exactly what this was.
Sure.
And then she's like, oh, they're going to share like stories and stuff?
Yep, I want to be there.
Exactly the kind of thing I want to be there
Yeah,
for.
exactly.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know.
Yeah. So this is just fun. There's a lot of things left up in the air with it, and it just builds intrigue,
right?
Which is what the show is like, kind of like 50% about. So there you go.
And the whole idea that the lady who used to run these, she died last year and all that, and it's like, okay, yeah, that could be the setting up of the whole, spooky ghost thing, or it could be the, now we've, figured out a way to replace her because, we'll need someone new to like tell the stories or whatever, which then means bringing people to a place where they'll be, fairly isolated. Who knows?
Well, do you want to go down another rabbit hole?
What?
You want to go down a really interesting rabbit hole? Like a really crazy one?
Yeah, all right. You have my curiosity.
Suire.
Okay.
What if she was this old lady, but the Suire we knew was caked up with makeup? Like actually that was her.
Sure.
She was trying to look younger by like doing all the makeup and stuff.
Maybe. I think
this is again another example of someone had a death.
So the
that made them disappear.
Totally. The big reason why I think that this, even though like my mind went to the same place too, I don't think this is actually Suire is because one of the things that they made a big deal about with Suire is that she was really tall. And while this lady was taller than Mao Mao, she wasn't that much
Everybody's taller than Mao Mao.
Everybody's taller than Mao Mao.
Like almost everybody, yeah.
Whereas it's the kind of thing where it feels like it would more be like, Suire's old mother or something like that, or, something along those lines.
Something along those lines. Yeah. But, okay, other big thing that might have been a crazy thing this episode is just seeing Ginshi go to take the drink and then put it down in a very emphatic, like, no.
Yeah.
Is that him saying no to his?
Yeah, I'm rebelling. I'm gonna keep my balls.
Yeah. Like, or I'm going to keep my, my manhood, my
ability to reproduce.
Yeah. Now, is this basically a reveal that he's starting to do this? Is this a reveal that he has maybe been doing this for a while?
Okay, I think that is the first time that he's done this.
Why now, though?
Well, okay, so let me explain my thought process.
Yeah.
If it's something that he did all the time, there would be no reason to show it now. And this was very kind of out of the blue. Like there was no context that led into this. So this makes me think that it's basically us just seeing this is the point in time at which he decides I'm not doing this anymore.
Well, right. But also the way they've structured the episodes through the entire show is that they always tease the next episode with something in this episode that's completely out of the blue.
Yeah, and
there's no context for it.
Yep, and so that could absolutely just be the setting up of next episode it's going to be really relevant.
Yeah. Yep. But then if that's the case, then it could be something where it's not just he just started doing it.
Well, and sorry, keep going.
Oh, he's basically saying that it could have been happening for a while, and just that the next episode will focus on.
Well, yes, I think that's absolutely the case that we're going to get into that next episode. Which awesome, great. Love Ginshi as a character.
Why and when?
Well, yeah, exactly. Why? And I think that might be the tie-in from the previous episode is that basically, his as far as he is concerned, his mother tells him, oh yeah, like that girl, she seems to be rather important to you or special to you or whatever, right? You should hide your favorites, let someone hide them for you or from you. Could make him then start thinking about Mao Mao and like, oh, what does she mean to me and all that stuff? And it's no, I actually do like her. I would, not just as a boss to an employee or a whatever, but as a man loves a woman, And so then he's like, yeah, no.
He's gonna be a bad boy.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I was willing to do my part and chemically castrate myself, right, and drink all this stuff. But no, now I actually know that I like somebody and I don't want to do that,
Oh, that's good, especially around the halfway point of another season. This season's gonna be wild then. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You got an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. And also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See anything that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.